Well, finally doing it. Finally making a longer video. Haven't had a whole lot of time in my hands, and making short videos is just a whole lot easier. I'm gonna start trying to make a little bit more time and make more time for editing and get some longer videos out. But today's video is gonna be a little bit different from my other long videos. No dirt bikes or nothing today. Today we are going fishing. So a couple weeks ago I caught a catfish down by the dam by my house, and I ended up taking it home, cutting it up, frying it, and it's really good. My first time having catfish, and my grandpa always told me how much he liked catfish, so figured I want to try it too. So today I'm gonna make a video on me going down there and catching it. But before I go down there, I am in the middle of cooking some brats, and those are gonna be delicious. The brats are done. Ohana's very interested. Let's eat a couple, get down to the pond, try and get ourselves a catfish. Alright, just got done eating some brats. Got everything loaded up in the back of the truck. Got a bucket in case we get a fish, and should be ready to go. Alright, just got down here by the river. This is where I was catching all the other catfish, right in here. I'm gonna set up this rod for some stink bait and get out there, start fishing for something else. If you've never used stink bait before, definitely want to get yourself a stick. And you just kind of mash her in there. You mix it around and make sure she's all covered. This is kind of hard to do with one hand, so you get the idea. I'm gonna put the camera down and get this all ready. Bait kind of looks like that. I could have got more on there. I like a different kind of style. I got them in my bag, but I'm gonna use this one now until it falls apart. So that's what we got for now. But I'm gonna cast it right out in there and see if we can or can't get a catfish. Right now I'm trying this little beetle spin. I'm using it in this little cove over here, and not really getting much, so I'm gonna try it for a little bit longer and switch it out a little bit. It's only been a few minutes. Come check the rod. Doesn't look like any lines spooled out, and looks like we're in the same spot that we were 10 minutes ago, so I think it'll be fine for now. Some stuff moving down there though, so I'm gonna try this beetle spin, see if I can't cast it down there. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes of this line sitting here, and call me impatient, but I don't really like the placement of it. So I'm gonna pull it out, I'm gonna put on the other bait that I like better for the stink stuff, and we're gonna put it in a better spot. So this is the one I like to use a little bit better. I like it because it's hollow, and you can fit more in there, and I have more peace of mind that it's gonna stay in there and stink up some stuff. So let's get her all mixed up and get her back in the water. Alright, well that kid just walked up and walked past here, and he let me know that he caught a 7-pound drum out of this river. So that's what people are catching out here. A 7-pound drum sounds pretty cool to catch, and he said he released it back, so that's gonna be something I'm going after. He said he was just using regular worms for it, so I got this weird looking Senko on here, and I got some pink Senkos in the bag there, so we're gonna see how those work and gonna get it going. Okay, well, as you can't really see very well, I have the headlamp on, and yeah, that works. I have the headlamp on, and it seems like a great idea until you realize all the bugs want to fly at your face. So I have that going on right now, but still no catfish, still no drumfish. I'm gonna pull the catfish line in a little bit, and then see how that is, set it out again, then I'll wait a little bit longer, and maybe we'll call it a night, give up, be defeated, or go home with a catfish. We'll see. Well, if you can't tell, I did not catch a fish yesterday, and I have a new game plan. Well, pretty much the same game plan, just try again. That kid gave me a few tips on catching the drumfish. He said he was just using red worms and he was walking down the river. I don't know if I'll be walking down the river today. I'll think about it, but I am gonna go get some red worms. He said there's a lot of crappie over there. I might get some stuff to get some crappie. Other than that, the main goal is still catfish, and we're gonna try and catch one of them 7-pound drums in the meantime. But gonna head to the store now, pick up some red worms, and we'll see if they have anything else that we need. All right, I'm in the truck now. Got everything loaded up, got all the new bait and stuff that I got, and ready to go down the river and try again. Hopefully, we get us a catfish, or drum, or any fish. That would be great. I'm gonna do something a little different with the catfish bait this time. Same rod, same lure, but get my hands all stanky. Take one of these guys. Always take your own garbage home. Don't leave it for someone else to pick up. That's not nice. Take this stuff. Make my hands all stanky. It says you just morph it around your treble hook. Kind of like Play-Doh, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that works. Kind of like that. Let's see how that lasts. Let's see if it lasts the dip and the cheese. I need a stick. Some good stick. Oh yeah, this stuff is nice and soft because it has been sitting in the sun all day. Okay, yeah, that has got something going on right there. That's, if that doesn't do something, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh God. That wasn't bad. That's a pretty good cast right there. Now, what I'm gonna do, I got some night crawlers, and I got a different pole today. This is my dad's old pole. I'm gonna try this big hook. Save the small hooks for now, but I'm just gonna set it out there. This is just what my dad had set up on his pole, and I apparently have it at my house. Fat dog. But yeah, I'm gonna use it, because why not? Save my bait caster setups for when I'm casting for other stuff. Cool trick. So worms like to work their way down. Take your worm container, keep it upside down. Anytime you flip it over and open it, all your worms are gonna be right there. You don't gotta dig for them. Okay, let's get this line out there. Alright, going for a new strategy with the worm pole. I got bobber cast out there, and I kind of let it float down the river a little bit, and then just gonna let it chill where it got caught up on a rock. So I don't have a great way to film this, but something's biting pretty good on the bobber. Took it under a couple times, but not really all the way. Some pretty good bites going on, so I had to move spots. The other spot was dead. This spot's a lot better. Actually getting bites. But I don't know if I have to change the size of this hook. I bought smaller ones, those would work, but this one is just a little bit big. Oh yeah, they took a lot of that worm. Duck decided to come say hello. Got us a kitty cat. Oh yeah. Kitty cat. 2 days. It took 2 days for this guy. But we got it. Here's my foot. I wear a size 9.5. And there's the kitty cat. Should be some good eating. Good old channel cat. 2 days, get 1 catfish. No drum. The main goal was a catfish though, so we succeeded. That was a mission success. Alright, catfish is pretty much dispatched. It's got a little bit of blood on them, so I don't think I can show that on YouTube. I'm basically going to show you, I'm going to basically string them up, like how you would on a stringer through the gills. Okay, well, the catfish is sitting over there hanging out, and he'll be done in a little bit. Got the grill going. Ohana's sniffing everything because she loves food. And burgers are cooking real nice. It's time to flip them too. Okay, well, got the fish all bled out and it's cleaned up a little bit. It's still got the hook in its mouth. I haven't debated if I want to get that or not. I'll figure it out. But yeah, usually when I skin them, I've seen a couple different things where you find the bone right here, and then you angle the knife towards the butthole, and then you just come down at a line like that, and you should avoid all the stomach and stuff. I like to come down on the bone right here, and I'll chop down, come down to the spine, and then follow the ribs down. And then once you come down by the butthole, then you can come all the way through. So yeah, usually that line is like right here, and I'll start cutting down the spine, through there and out the back. So I'm gonna do that and do both sides, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like after that. Yeah, well, I'm gonna show you how it looks after the fillets are done, and then show you what I do to get out the mud vein. I think it's the mud vein, unless it's just on carp, but they have the same type of thing. You got like a red line down the middle of them. That's where all the muddy taste is from. So I'll show you how I get rid of that too. So I'll show you guys this. You just cut along the ribs up here and try and stay out of the stomach. You don't want to cut any of that open. Once you cut that open, then it gets smelly and it's not good. I like to wear this glove because I have the tendency to cut myself a lot. So now I like to put the paper towel down because it stops the fish from sliding around so much. Even though the paper towel is wet, it still helps out a lot. I will come down with the knife like this, angle down, and just saw back and forth. I could have a more flexible fillet knife, but this is all I got right now. And just keep cutting along. A lot of that silver skin you don't really want. Missing a little bit of meat over here. See, if you had more of a flexible fillet knife, you can kind of get down in there, get all that, but it's gonna be okay. There, it's one fillet. That was that side. I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'll show you guys how I get out that mud vein, the pink stuff in the middle there. So from the big catfish, these are both the fillets. This one came out a lot better than this one, so that's how they look so far. I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna rinse them off, put them in a container, and I'll show you guys how I fillet that part in there. And it should be sanitary enough because I got this cutting board from inside. So what I'm talking about with the mud vein and stuff, see all this red meat right in here? That stuff, I mean, you can eat it, but it's gonna taste very fishy. And that's usually what gives people that off-putting taste with catfish. But basically, how this starts, it's like a V that goes through the fillet. So it starts like this and it goes down, and I go, yeah, I cut myself. And then this is the middle of it. So it comes down to a point right here. So if you start up here, find the edges, it's basically the middle right here. This is just from cutting real close to the skin. So it gives you some fatty stuff. Also, these edges here, so they're a little bit yellow. It's not bad. You can eat it. Doesn't taste horrible, but that's usually a lot of the fishy taste too, I'm pretty sure. And I read that it's basically just like fatty meat. And that's obviously not good tasting on a catfish. Start going down at an angle like this, so straight down to the middle. It's more of a steeper angle than I thought. It really just depends on what you want to do with your fillet. Because you could do this, I like doing this because I have more of a peace of mind that's going to taste pretty good when I'm all done. But, I mean, I'm sure it tastes fine if you do it your way too. There's one piece. You can kind of check and see if you're getting it all. I don't know the actual name for that. I think people just call it the mud vein, but I also thought that was just on carp. But I don't know a whole lot, so I am by all means no expert. So if you're watching this for professional advice, you are watching the wrong person. So this fillet is a little bit bigger than the other one. This one I did a lot better job on, so this one will be a lot easier. Start cutting away at this stuff on the surface here. It's also a lot easier when you have a sharper knife, but I just decided to grab a kitchen knife and not clean my fillet knife. So that is on me. That is my bad. This one was the better one. These two halves. It's pretty good. Like, you got yourself some little catfish chicken tender or catfish strips. And then this is the other one I kind of butchered a little bit. But, you know, see what you get. And that's how I get out all this. See how it's all red? It's got all that blood in it. You don't really want to eat all that. And then this is super yellow compared to all that. That is, it's full of oils and stuff. I mean, fish oils are really good for you, but I don't think I want it from a catfish. Next step I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the fish up with milk, and I'm going to shove it in the fridge overnight and wait 24 hours. So covering it with milk and stuff, something with the either the acidity or the pH level of milk, it takes out a lot of the fishy taste and a lot of the mud taste in catfish. So not too much, not too little though. You want to cover it all the way. Alright, it's been a little bit under 24 hours since I started soaking the fish in the milk, and after opening the container you don't smell much fish at all. So it seems like the milk really does the trick. Okay, so just got done chopping up all the catfish. I like to chop it up in all these little nuggets because, I don't know, that's how I enjoy eating it. Or that's how I enjoyed eating it the last time I did it. So I'm going to do it again. For the frying batter, I just use this McCormick fish fry stuff. I know there's a whole lot of different stuff like shore launch and stuff like that, but it's the first one I used last time and I got some left, so I'm going to use it again. And it turned out pretty good last time. Now, if you watch Flair on YouTube, this is probably going to look very similar because this is pretty much where I learned it from. So I like to use a plastic bag. You take your batter mix. Now, I like using the small pot because you don't have to use as much oil and it heats up pretty fast. So while I'm waiting for the oil to heat up, I'm going to tell you my game plan with this. This stuff, I'm just going to do straight fish and the egg and then the batter. I'm going to fry it up and see how it turns out. And this half, I'm going to do it the old Flair style. I'm going to use your Frank's Red Hot wing sauce instead of the egg and then batter it up and see how that goes. So if you ever want to see if your oil is hot enough to fry, you just take a little bit of your flour or your batter, sprinkle it in there, Looks like it's frying up like that. Your oil's probably hot enough. So the oil's hot enough, got a plate ready, put the fish on, and ready to start frying. So let's see how this goes. A little bit of egg wash, do like three or four at a time. Toss them around the egg wash a little bit. Now this is the trick over here. This is what I learned from watching You'll Flare on YouTube. Take your egg washed fish bites, just throw them right in the bag. Drip it off a little bit in the bag. Now, pretty neat trick. Take it, make sure you got some air in there, and you just start tossing around, mix it up, and you find your pieces, and they're ready to go in the fryer. It's one. It's two. There's three. Number four. Little shaky shake. Pretty much done. Drop in these four. Finish off the rest of this half, and then I'll show you guys how I do the red hot. Oh yeah. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Just straight in the red hot sauce. The old buffalo sauce. We're actually gonna put all of them in there, let them marinate a little bit. Pretty simple. Instead of using egg wash, you just use red hot sauce, and it's pretty thick, pretty sticky, so it actually works pretty much the same and gives you a little bit of buffalo flavor. I realize it would be a lot easier and a lot faster if I have a bigger frying container, but I like doing it this way. I've only done it a couple times, so it's a lot easier for me just to do a couple at a time and figure out if it's going good or not. Alright, so red hot, same thing. Take them out of the red hot sauce. Toss them in there. Same thing. Batter stuff sticks really good with the red hot sauce. Alright, first batch of red hots just came out, and as you can tell, the red hot sauce made it come out a little bit darker than the original. Gonna finish off these last couple and then let it cool off a little bit, give it a try. Alright, well let's try an original piece first, see how that goes. Got a little bit thicker piece. That's pretty good. No other seasoning, just catfish. Soak it in milk for 24 hours. A little egg wash, a little McCormick fish batter. It's almost like a store-bought meal right there. But better, because I caught it out of the lake. Alright, let's go for a buffalo piece. Man, that is good. Wow, that is good. Just gives it a little extra kick, little extra flavor. If you ever had catfish before, you didn't like it because of the fishy taste or muddy taste, or if you've never had catfish before and you're scared to because of the same reasons, I guarantee if you prepare it the same way that I just did, it's going to taste amazing, not very fishy. It's going to be a pretty good meal. But other than that, if you saw anything in the video that I could improve on, if you saw some of the things I was doing catfishing that I need tips on, if you got any tips, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm always up for some criticism. And please subscribe, hit the like button, and thanks for watching.